Roman invasion of Epirus has begun. The ballistas are shooting and the men are ready to storm the walls. Hey, how's it going? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to another Rome Total War 2 siege battle. You guys seem to really enjoy the last one I did, which was just insane. That battle was so goddamn close as the infantry poured against the Macedonian phalanx, but I felt like I just had to go ahead and do more. I am also looking for more epic Rome Total War 2 siege battles or land battles if they've got kind of a unique scenario to them. So if you have any, make sure to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description, and obviously just send them in to me on the battle replay screen. As well as that, I have just moved house, so this room is kind of a little bit echoey right now. Hopefully I'll be able to get some stuff up on the wall, soundproof a little bit, and then the echo will go away. I try my best to go ahead and reduce the echo as much as I can in Premiere to make this video a little bit better sound quality wise. But for now, I think for the next couple of videos you guys will probably just have to put up with it. So in this battle we do have the forces of, I think this is Lusitanian? Iberian forces supporting a Roman army looking to go ahead and invade Epirus. You can already see the artillery coming in and destroying these ballistas. They got far too close to the wall and really just got completely taken out, so that was really brutal. And then obviously defending, we have the Macedonians supporting their Epirus allies, trying to prevent any Roman influence from invading the city. And they have a fairly nice setup, you know, lots of heavy infantry, good hoplites to hold the walls. Obviously these guys are going to get outclassed by the Roman, legionaries and Praetorian guards, but they'll try their best to hold the line and repel their forces. It's really going to be in the hoplite armies. These are a lot of like mercenary units. The Epirus forces do. A lot of Etruscans who I guess have fled Italy and found their place in Epirus. But they probably do have some more elite infantry back here. Again, just Hellenic Royal Guards, okay. They'll definitely do their job. And as we fall back, we obviously have all these burning balls of justice, which will come down and hit anything in the street, which is pretty cool. And there you go, the shield bearers of Macedon, the elite hoplites. Even got some elephants back here. Pyrrhus known for his elephants, and the defense continues to fall back, which will be very exciting to see how this one does go down in the end. And then finally 2 units of pikemen from Macedon back here, more burning balls on the awesome looking temples. So I'm very excited to see how this battle does turn out. The Romans are bringing a full force of Praetorian Guard. There's some Tiarii in there. I am also using a graphics mod as well, which kind of updates a lot of the assets. So for the Tiarii, you can kind of see their shields look really awesome. It should be like shields, weapons, armor, should all be kind of like updated and just made to look a little bit better. So it's a really cool mod or set of mods I found, and I kind of tend to use in these battles to give them a little bit of a better look to them. But right now the Romans are advancing forward. Their siege towers have Praetorian Guard on it, so they're going to try and rush these walls. And again, it doesn't look like they're trying to really defend them, besides a couple of lone units that are up here. For the most part, it does seem that, players in Rome 2 tend to give up the walls fairly easily, which is always very surprising, because I feel like holding the enemy in the walls is always such a valuable thing to do, because you can just then lay down a unit of like archers here or slingers and just pound the walls of everything you've got. And because the Romans are like going to be obviously be facing sideways on, they don't really get that protection from that shield, so the arrows can just find their mark. But not too many people seem to do that, which is, as I said, always a little bit surprising to me. But here we go, Praetorian Guard making their way off the siege towers. We've also got the... Oh, these aren't battering rams. For a second I thought they were battering rams, but these are invisible? Wait, where are the Roman units? There's supposed to be some Praetorian Guard, but I guess they're just hidden? Maybe it's because we can't see them? I have no idea what's going on there. That was extremely weird, but we will just protect... Oh, they're back here for some reason. Yeah, it must have been some sort of glitch right there with them. But these are basically just protect from missile fire. Definitely something that was never really utilized too much in online battles. Really, they could have been utilized a lot better. But I just don't think they were really that important, because like reinforcing these positions would also be really good. Yeah, I don't know, maybe if like you had some ladders, like if you could put the ladder units in these medium gallery, That'd be pretty decent. But right now, the Romans are just going to try and overwhelm. Over on the other side of the battle, the Spanish are also pouring in with some of their noblemen, their heavy infantry. The Macedonians are once again giving up this position. Besides this place right here, and they're doing exactly what I was saying was so valuable, and that's just pounding this with archers, hitting into their sides, punishing them. And look at all the dead scattering these walls already. Very, very valuable. However, the Spanish are going to continue on pushing forward and try and chase these guys down, or at least scare them off so they can get more and more men off the walls. That's kind of the first goal for most of the attackers in these online battles, is just to get your infantry off the walls. Because if you can get off the walls and into the streets, you kind of then reduce this missile carnage that comes in and hammers you. Because you can see these guys are really taking a pounding on the wall. Plenty of dead laying at the feet of the Macedonians, who are holding firm. We do have some Furious swordsmen here as well. So Macedon are not messing around. They are committing some valuable units to hold this in place, and it's definitely proving its worth. As you can see, many of these Spanish Iberian forces just going down. Obviously, a valuable thing right now as well for the attackers would be to try and get their own Balearic slingers on the walls. If they can get their own infantry on the walls and their own missiles on the walls, they can start kind of counter-firing and reducing the missile superiority. They even have javelins coming in as well from these royal peltists. So you can really see the Macedonian player is using this to their advantage. I mean, that's just a brutal volley, taking down plenty of their opponents. The Romans have managed to secure this gate, which is going to allow some cavalry to move through the city walls. And this can cause quite a lot of issues if the Macedonian cavalry doesn't stop them in their place. They could quite easily cause havoc and, yeah, maybe start hitting a few of these positions. A lot of the Romans have poured down here and actually are taking a nice little beachhead in the city itself, which is obviously always a great idea. There's some more missiles up here as well helping out. And yes, now Epirus are using this to their advantage. They brought up some Balearic slingers, and you can see they are just mincing through these Praetorian Guard, which is such a valuable unit to try and take down this early on in the battle. Are these guys are out of ammo yet? No, they can't be, right? I think we can take a look. It's that and then that, right? No, I think they've still got plenty of ammo. It says they got 25. I don't think the ammo goes down in Rome 2. Maybe they've just been told to hold fire, even though there are still plenty of, valuable units. And an entire another unit of Praetorian Guard are now advancing through the siege ladder to get up here and try and break through. Obviously, it wouldn't be a bad idea as well to send these CREI down here to try and help out. Try and kind of just surround and cut off this assault. But honestly, I feel like maybe, it's just better to try and lift up, or even almost just abandon that, because there's some hoplites here. You're going to find a hard time trying to break through there. The Romans have pushed out pretty heavily here, and it seems like they've managed to get the mercenary Etruscan hoplites kind of almost against the wall, and now they're going to be using their superior fighting ability, especially now that the Etruscans are actually out of their shield wall, or their, their hoplite wall. But the Epirus forces are going to be using this to their advantage, bringing up another unit of javelins. And they've also got a unit of archers over here as well that they can obviously use to shoot down the street if they want to. So the defenders are definitely doing a great job right now at shooting away kind of all these oncoming forces. The Romans do have a nice onager set though, so they could quite easily break down a piece of wall if they wanted to help out. And now they're just forcing a lot of soldiers up here. They're also actually kind of counter-shooting. This is a good idea. Bring up your own archers to try and take down some of these Rhodian slingers. And obviously got more men just coming off of the siege ladders to help reinforce. How are the Spanish doing? So they've managed to secure this point right here. They're taking the gatehouse, which is a very smart idea. And they're now getting their missiles up on the wall, so this is kind of the next stage. As soon as these missiles are up here, they can obviously start to shoot down here on these other slingers, the Macedonian slingers, and basically just force the Macedonians back, because it's either the Macedonians stay here and get shot at, or they fall back and kind of give way to the oncoming infantry. I think that companion cavalry is going to get peppered by this slinger throw. Did many of them go down? Quite a few of them. Losing 6 horses, you know, that's actually quite a lot. That's 10% of your force they just lost there running through. And now the rest of his infantry is going to be getting hit on the side. I assume also the Cretan archers as well getting hammered pretty heavily. So I think now is just the opportunity to try and soften up this entire assault before the rest of the Lusitanian forces move up. Because they have a fair amount of infantry left in reserve right now. 2 units of spearmen, you have a couple of units of heavy infantry, the noblemen. You have some more Balearic slingers which can quite easily be brought up. And then I think this is a cavalry contingent. Yeah, then a fairly large Spanish cavalry contingent. And the Spanish cavalry is actually pretty decent. And yeah, I think we're going to see a big old retreat in the city now as, you know, gaps start to appear. And I think this is definitely the smarter move, you know, at least fall back to defensive positions. There's no need to kind of overextend at the walls. You gave it your best shot, you defended them, you made the enemy pay. But once, you know, breaches start to appear, there's no point over committing, and now falling back to the inner defenses is going to be, you know, a much smarter idea, I think, whether it's holding these plateaus or just trying to fall back to more of these choke points. I'm also really interested to see what these elephants are going to do in this battle. Yeah, because I mean, if you fall all the way back, there's a lot of entrances still into assault, and there's a lot of good positions as well. You know, the defenders can try and hold, you know, these streets, but at the end of the day, they're going to be coming up against a lot of pressure from the Romans very, very soon. Be interesting to see. So it looks like the Macedonians are still coming in, and they're actually coming in a unit of Radiant slingers. I kind of feel like these guys are out of ammunition. But yeah, this is not a bad idea by the Macedonian player to bring up a spare unit that's maybe a bit useless now and try and do some damage to these Rhodian slingers who are up on the wall. Does seem like, though, that the Spanish are not going to let this sit idly by, as we do have that unit of infantry moving forward to go ahead and reinforce this position. But really, you know, any damage they do to these Balearic slingers is going to be good. If they can reduce their numbers by, you know, 10, 15, 20 slings, that's going to severely hamper the firepower. And obviously, whilst that's happening, they've also got a unit of their Cretan archers shooting in, or maybe it's the unit of Rhodian slingers shooting in. But either way, they've got kind of missiles supporting this, hitting multiple units. So it's not a bad strategy whatsoever. But yeah, we're going to be getting a mass retreat right now by Epirus. They've kind of got one lone unit of Etruscans with 29 hoplites left, bravely fighting on, but I can't imagine they will succeed in this engagement as the Romans take them down, soldier by soldier. Now the rest of the Romans can simply just move into position. You want some artillery coming in. Oh god, that was a waste of a volley right there, trying to hit these Royal Peltists. Definitely want to save them until the big infantry do clump up. But I think for now, what we can do, guys, is just skip ahead until the forces and the assault has kind of moved forward a little bit. I say that, but there is actually a little bit an interesting move right here as the unit of Furios swordsmen actually make their way up. And they're going to charge into the side of these Balearic slingers. This is huge, honestly. It might not look like a lot, but taking out, you know, a handful of these slings is going to be massive. And they're going to dive right in, and they should cut through these Balearic slingers very, very quickly, honestly. And even if you could fully kill an entire unit, that would just be absolutely gigantic. And they've also managed to kill another unit of noblemen as well. Yeah, these Balearic slingers are dead. Wow, that is so big for a Macedonian player. Really, really is. I think the general's going to come in, the companion cavalry is going to come in, pop an inspire, pop a rally, or pop a battle rhythm. I think that reduces their, and a second wind. What does battle rhythm improves their stats, defense, and then second wind obviously improves their fatigue. So yeah, they're gonna kill both of these. This was a huge move, and I'm glad I didn't skip it, because this could literally be the difference between winning and losing. Because Epirus have elephants, you know, and if these slingers aren't focusing down them elephants quickly, they're gonna cause a lot of damage in the battle, like a lot of damage. But now everyone else is falling back. The Romans are slowly making their way forward. The rest of the forces are coming in. I guess we don't have to skip ahead now, because kind of them couple minutes I probably would have cut out. We had pure action. We do have some, you know, reinforcements arriving, but it's a little bit too late. These guys have lost, you know, a hell of a lot of slings right now. Nice cavalry charge here by Alexander himself. The companion cavalry just moving in, looking for blood. A lot of them being taken out as the cavalry does fall back after that charge. I think that was more of a delayed tactic than anything else. Are these guys out of ammunition? I think they are. Yeah, it's quite hard to tell in Rome 2 who's out of ammunition. Oh, that companion general cavalry takes a javelin throw and goes down. That was, you know, pretty daring by the Macedonian companion cavalry to still be here. And he's going to pay with his life. As the rest of the Macedonians do fall back, we're going to get a cavalry charge here by the Spanish cavalry. Or they're just going to get caught by the Royal Peltists. I think they're going to get caught and then probably bug out of there pretty quickly. The Spanish cavalry, you know, obviously being extremely strong in Rome 2. Love how like the dust particles are like racking up right there as well. It's really cool. But you know, with that, they're just kind of biding some time, I guess, keeping them in place. And now the big boys are arriving. Praetorian Guard pushing forward to the inner temple, looking for blood. Indeed, they're going to move forward and yeah, look to clear this battle out as quickly as possible. But it's a very, very sturdy defense. You know, you can see there's a lot of infantry here. Luckily, you know, the attackers can attack from multiple sides. They can definitely send infantry around here as well and come up behind them if they want to. They just have to break through these barricades. I definitely like how the attackers are defending. You know, they have a lot of infantry, so they could just defend like these 2 choke points, but that'd be boring. They're kind of, you know, trying to use their men as best as they can to create as much space, because they do have a lot of infantry. The Macedonians are now committed down here. They have some mercenary Thracian infantry, the huge Phalx infantry, which are, I think, breaking right now. They're being pulled back out and allowing the Royal Peltists to now get stuck in against the Spanish. They should fare a little bit better. They've also got some infantry down here as well. Another unit of Royal Peltists engaging against the Praetorian Guard. You can see how that battle is faring. Obviously, I think the Roman Praetorian Guard are going to slowly make their way through this unit, but the Royal Peltists are going to hold them up as a lone horse goes flying through. Continues on. Oh, there's a fast-moving bit of combat out here, as I think the Macedonian cavalry ends up getting caught by the Spanish and Roman horse. As it tries to pull back, they're also going to push onto this, onto this Etruscan hoplite wall, which, yeah, you can see that rider paying for his life, and I think the Macedonians are retreating back, trying to pull back after getting the worst part of that engagement. But back to the safety of their hoplite wall, so not too bad. Yeah, I don't see any of this cavalry breaking through. Maybe I'm going to straight up charge this? I mean, I guess this is a sword unit infantry, but still. Javelin throw and then smashing in. That was actually extremely impactful. Oh my god. I did not expect them to make that much ground. They're ripping through the battle lines and getting onto the remaining missiles here. I did not expect the Spanish cavalry to be able to rip through a unit of densely packed swordsmen. And they're actually going to succeed here, killing a lot of the missile support. This is huge for the attackers. This is really, really big for them. You can also now start to see the Romans making their way around the corner, ready to reinforce. This cavalry needs to come in and stop them. I mean, luckily the Macedonians did fall back and, you know, they have lost their cavalry now, but even still, that was a pretty impactful cavalry charge. Not necessarily sure if it was worth it, but still. Densely packed fighting going on as well, right here. As the Peltists are slowly starting to get overwhelmed. There's even some missile fire coming in as well to reduce a few of their stats. They also have the use the whip, which is boosting up their attacks. But as you can see, they are now getting enveloped by the spearmen. However, that move has cost them, you know, a fair amount of troops. Obviously, the Spanish did go ahead and pull through, which lost a lot of units. And now the Macedonians are committing another unit of Royal Peltists through here with the support of some cavalry as well. The companion cavalry going to move in here and look to try and break, you know, cause a mass break in the Lusitanian line. And that's exactly what they're doing. Rear hitting them is going to be deadly. We also have some elephants just hiding. Yeah, they're hidden. This is, you know, you can't really effectively hide elephants. especially in the open field, but they're doing a good job, and I think they're going to wait until the Romans have fully committed their army to this fight and then kind of pounce the trap of the elephants. Which is something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that does fare. So after that cavalry charge, I think the Romans are going to push forward, and the Macedonians are going to fall back and try and, you know, keep these guys at bay. But the Romans have managed to kind of create a bit of a space where they can filter men through this area and try and outflank the Macedonians. Epirus have set up as well with some of their Cretan archers here as well. Quite nicely being able to pin down the infantry here, and you can see a lot of casualties being taken down. So the defenders are doing a great job, but the attackers are also punishing every mistake the defenders make. So this has been a really good battle, and I'm definitely enjoying these Rome 2 engagements. So obviously, if you guys are enjoying this, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. You know, if these Rome 2 sieges do well, I'll obviously do more of them, and I think they're really exciting. As much as historical fans, you know, we don't really, as a historical fan, we don't really have a lot of, you know, crazy stuff going on, you know, right now, until, you know, Total War Troy comes out. If Total War Troy comes out, I mean, we're all pretty sure that it is. But until that game comes out, we don't really have, you know, much in the way of battles. We really just have Rome 2 and, you know, historic and, you know, Attila mods, which are mainly fantasy, but, you know, they're still Attila. So we're kind of just waiting right now. But, you know, these Rome 2 sieges, you know, kind of really make me think, yeah, this is what Total War Historical is all about. You know, it's really fun. There's a lot of push and pull. The city sieges are epic. So, you know, if you guys, like, honestly, if you guys are enjoying these, you're like, oh yeah, this is epic, I really want to see more Rome 2, these battles are really good, do let me know. Because I do read all the comments and I do check out all the likes on the videos, so, and I base off what I do from that, so it is really important to the channel and kind of dictating what you want to see on the channel itself. Oh, that's a brutal kill there by the Triarii as they push forward, trying to help out. There's also a lot of missile fire coming in, both sides looking to try and reduce the opponent's firepower. And these elephants, man, I'm so excited to see what these elephants are made of when they come in. We're going to have to make sure we keep a good eye on them. If we take a look at the overall battlefield, you can see that the Lusitanians and the Romans have now met up. There's more archer support coming in to reinforce this area and kind of just pepper them as they come in. But yeah, now every side besides this right-hand side is under pressure. There's also a mini capture flag right here, and these are always great to take because they reduce the enemy morale. Normally in these defensive sieges, these points give a bonus morale bonus to whoever holds it, and obviously the defenders normally get it. So taking these is just kind of an easier way to turn the tide of the battle in your favour. It does seem like the Triarii are now going to be getting reinforced by the Praetorian Guards, so a bit more hitting power. At least, especially on the flanks now, it seems like the majority of the Praetorian Guard are sitting at the back. But the flanks are going to kind of get reinforced and filtered in. And I think the Triarii are actually going to get pulled out and let the Praetorian Guard do their thing in this engagement. More Romans formed up. Have these Romans thrown Pila yet? Oh no, they haven't. Okay, this will be pretty deadly if the Romans are going to move in. Are they going to throw their Pila first? Yeah. A few of them going in. Now the rest of the reinforcements. Oh, there's a pretty big gap. That Pila was brutal, and the Romans are going to pour through this gap. Nice move there by the Roman player, looking to try and breach this area. Not a bad move whatsoever. Quick reinforcements are being sent by Epirus, but it could be a little bit too late as more horse now gets brought up as well. However, oh no, this is not good. The Romans are now set up in a pretty dangerous situation as these Cretan archers just continue to fire in their side. Rest of the Epirus forces move in, and it kind of seems like this was a trap all along. Because now they're going to be getting outflanked, they're getting shot into the side, and they've kind of boxed them in, but there is no retreat. So this gap, I don't think it was a trap, but now it has evolved into it. And now you're going to get the rest of the Epirus armies moving in, smashing into their side, and hitting them hard. And there you go, a unit of Praetorian Guard breaking. There's just too much pressure, and they can't hold it for much longer. So the attackers are doing a great job at kind of exploiting the gaps, but as I said, the defenders are kind of doing an awesome job at holding them. And now you have the elephants set up. They have now been discovered, I think. Yeah, the elephants have been discovered, so they know they're here. And I think that's exactly what this unit of Triarii are maybe doing. yeah, to kind of block that position. We also have a unit of cavalry moving around here, a unit of companion cav. Probably going to try and attack from multiple sides with the support of the elephants. You know, maybe the elephants dive down this street, and then you have the companion cavalry coming around the back to hit all these missiles, because the attackers are definitely running out of men in this battle, especially with all these missiles set up on this little ledge that can just really hammer down. Yeah, as you can see, the companion cavalry is going to move all the way around. I'm assuming we're going to get a big engagement. We're also getting a unit of hoplites being sent up here as well, more mercenaries to help reinforce, and I guess just help to push with this elephant charge. Because even if the elephants just keep these TRAI in place, then it means the cavalry can do more stuff, and it just really helps them out. But the attackers, I mean the defenders, sorry, are being pretty hard pressed, if I'm honest. Like, they're running out of men slowly but surely, even though it looks pretty good for them and they have a lot of these positions. They are running out of men. Whoa, what the hell is happening there? Oh my god, is this unit getting hit by friendly? No, it must be getting shot by up this. Yeah, we're getting shot from up here, yeah. For a second I saw this unit of Praetorian Guard just get melted. That Testudo is not giving them much bonus. For a second I thought it was these Balearic Slingers behind, but no. Balearic Slingers are just coming in and really helping out, killing a lot of these Macedonian pikemen. They've got a good kind of volley into their side. Now, as I said, yeah, gaps are kind of appearing. It does seem like the Romans are falling back as the companion cavalry comes in. Almost unchallenged right now. And they're going to probably get a great charge off onto the auxiliary Balearic Slingers. Coming in and just smashing away their opponents. The TRI is going to quickly come in. Are we seeing any movement from the elephants yet? No, not quite. The Roman Legatus is going to come in, try and hold this cavalry in place and engage them. I think this is a death sentence for the companion cavalry, but they came in and they caused some issues. No, they're going to try and pull out of there, taking a lot of casualties as they try and retreat back, though. See this number drop down as they pull away, losing, over 20 horses so far. Just trying to get out of there. It's better to kind of, I guess, survive with, 40% of the unit, then lose it completely, stuck in to that combat. When it does seem like the Etruscans are pulling back some infantry, Epirus are continuing to engage this really thin line, and this isn't actually a bad idea when you attack. It is like when you're fighting a hoplite wall, you kind of almost like can do this tactic to try and just break through straight, because obviously the strength of the hoplite wall is it's just a big wall, brick wall basically. But if you're the Romans, you can try and smash through one part of it and instead of trying to break the entire brick wall itself, you just try and break through a bit of it, because as soon as it starts to crumble, it all comes toppling down. So it's actually not a bad idea to do stuff like that, have really thin lines, and as you can see, like, Romans start to break their way through. This Roman not being so lucky, but you can start to see like they do start to make a bit of progress. So attacking in this thin line, even though it does look kind of stupid, you can see like the hoplite wall is starting to crumble, right? It's starting to break in on itself, and as soon as you break through, it just basically becomes useless. Luckily, though, the Etruscans do have more men to send in and kind of fill this gap, which is not a bad idea. So right now, I mean, the Romans are hard-pressed to break through, but I feel like the Etruscans and Macedonians are running out of men fairly quickly. The Romans still have a fair amount. They have a lot of missiles as well. We can probably triple speed through a bit of this as well now. It's not like they don't have a lot of men still. Ready in reserve. A lot of Praetorian Guard as more infantry does get committed. They're going to bring more men back. I'm actually kind of sad we haven't seen these balls shot down yet. I really, really want to see them. Even if they kill all of their own men, I want to see what these balls can do, because they should like roll all the way down. This is just a slope, right? So really what the Etruscans should do is they should just move all their men down and let these balls just go. Because I think they would reach all the way down here. It'd be very interesting to see. The Romans pouring against battle line, and there are now gaps showing up here. The Romans are just breaking through. Oh my god, look at them. If anything, it wouldn't be a bad idea for the Romans to set these balls on fire. If they could somehow just like break through. Because that would, like, this one ball would rip through all of this infantry here. We'd obviously have to get rid of all their men there, but for the most part, that wouldn't be a bad idea. The elephants are still sitting in reserve now, not being committed quite yet. The Romans are going to make a big push now, seeing that gaps have started to appear in the Etruscan battle line. Oh my god, please just send these balls. Please. Yeah, they've fallen back enough, right? I think this is the time. Please, I want to see them go. If these don't get set on fire, I'm going to be so sad. Yes? Yes? Yes, let's go! Oh my god, it's going to do so much damage. Look at them. They're kind of just like tilting around, but there you go, hitting the Roman line. No! Oh, that's so sad. I mean, they did so much damage. They cleared out this entire clump. I really wanted to see them come down there. Oh, that would have been epic. Oh, well, they're still pretty cool. Nonetheless, that was still pretty cool. The Romans really coming in here and just exposing their flank to the rest of the archer fire. You can see these archers just cutting them to pieces with the support of the javelins as well. Cavalry is going to try and make their way forward here, charging into these royal peltists. And again, pretty nice cavalry charge, knocking down a large portion of infantry, but now they just leave themselves extremely vulnerable. I guess they do stop the missile fire from coming in. Also, his balance of power is extremely even right now. Romans can continue to push forward, I guess, with their numbers, obviously the high quality infantry. And I also guess that the Etruscans don't really have much in the way of infantry left. You know, only a handful of units that can quite easily be exploited if they're not careful. There you go, we're going to be getting exactly that. More of the royal peltists coming in here. The Spanish, though, are going to try and outflank the flankers. Always a good idea. Kind of let your opponent come in from the flank. The Praetorians can hold the line, right? They're not going to break. And then move in, or come around and try and hit these Cretan archers. Oh, nice javelin throw, chasing off the Cretan archers, and then probably rotating around into the back of these peltists. That's going to help out as the Roman line continues to try and break through. The elephants still haven't come into combat. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. We've seen the fiery balls of justice. Oh, now this is actually a tricky situation for the royal peltists here. The royal peltists have kind of committed their lot here. And now they're being hit by the Romans. Unfortunately, the Romans don't really have much in the way to stop this, you know, to punish this unit of peltists being out of position. Because a lot of their men are now just breaking. And I think the elephants are going to come in and kind of seal the deal. I mean, there's still 5 minutes left in this battle, but I just can't see the Romans at this point breaking through. If these elephants can just come in and cause mayhem over here. I mean, they can really just cause a mass rout anywhere. The last of Praetorian guards being thrown into combat right now. But even on this right-hand side, the morale is not looking too great. And I think that is going to be the battle right there. Yeah, once these Romans break, unless they can get a big morale boost, with the elephants coming in, I think that's just going to be it. Because the elephants have nothing to really stop them. There's a few units of like Balearic slingers, but besides that, the elephants are just going to run amok and obviously causing, you know, huge morale debuffs to the infantry. The TRI trying to stop them. The elephants are just going to run through onto these poor spearmen, or these poor Balearic slingers. Just getting chucked around. That's obviously just going to cause so much disruption. The Romans obviously want to commit men to stop them, but now they've completely lost their formation in this battle. And the elephants are just going to come in. Obviously fighting TRI, the TRI do fairly okay against the elephants. But as you can see, like now they've just completely broken up the Roman line. The rest of the Etruscans can surround these Praetorian guards now being pushed on by pikes. And I think that's going to be the battle. The Romans are still fighting bravely over here. But it's just not going to be enough. Just not going to be enough. The last of the forces coming in. The elephants running amok back there as they continue to fight the Roman battle line. The rest of the Etruscans are now out for blood, moving around. You're going to see, I think, the elephants coming around there. They are losing a few numbers. How many kills are they on right now? 160 already. That's pretty brutal. They have actually just been rampaged by these Balearic slingers, shooting them in the back. So as you can see, like, the elephants are quite easy to take care of, but if you're patient and use them at the right time, the elephants can be such a devastating tool. Oh my god, these elephants are angry at the Balearic slingers moving around. They're just going to come into the back and hit the Roman general, though, and probably seal his fate. Oh my god, look at this horseman. Don't really think you're going to do too well, my dude. I would run if I was you. Oh my god, they're dismounting. That's cool. to see the last of the horses dismounting. But there you go. The Roman legatus is now taken care of. The elephants are trying to reform as best as they can. I think one nice rear charge here will be plenty to break down the will be plenty to break down the last of the Roman tiarii, who are fighting bravely in the streets. But yeah, the elephants are just charging in, probably spelling the end. For the Roman tiarii, and probably for the end of the battle. I mean, what's left now? We just kind of got a small couple kind of missiles and the Spanish general holding firm. But yeah, there you go. The defenders are going to claim victory this day, as we'll just skip through the last of the battle. The elephants really coming in clutch towards the end, but I think even without the elephants, the defenses were holding and they would have been fine towards the end of that. I think the attackers just kind of slowly started to run out of steam right there. Thank you very much for the replay, the guys who sent that in. Please continue to send me in replays over on my Discord. It's easier for me to keep track of them rather than kind of through email, because I get a lot of emails, so it's kind of easier if you just stick them in the Discord. Taking a look at some of the kills though, we'll start off with the Macedonian defenders, their Cretan archers and the Rhodian slingers doing a work in that battle. This unit of royal peltists with over 240 kills, pretty impressive. Over on Epirus, yeah, the elephants coming in with 200 kills as they just cause mayhem. The rest of the infantry kind of doing pretty standard, the peltists with 114 kills. Over on the Roman side of things, you can see a Praetorian Guard doing a very nice 172 kills. And then finally for the Spanish, their cavalry kind of getting washed away there, and their infantry 142 kills on that unit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, be sure to drop a like and a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.